Good morning, noon, or night. My name is Jet, and welcome to my channel, JITV, Jet in the Valley. This discussion is going to be off of an article that I found doing some research. This article is called Mind Control: How Parasites Manipulate Cognitive Functions in Their Insect Hosts. Okay? I'm just going to read the first part of it, and then we can relate it to humans and the things that I'm speaking of. Okay? Neuroparasitology is an emerging branch of science that deals with parasites that control the nervous systems of their host. It offers the possibility of discovering how one species, which is the parasite, modifies a particular neural network and thus particular behaviors of another species, which they call the host. Okay? It says, in some of the most fascinating manipulations, the parasite taps into the host brain, the neural circuitries to manipulate the host's cognitive functions. Just to name a few examples, some worms induce crickets and other terrestrial insects to commit suicide in water, okay, enabling the exit of the parasite into an aquatic environment that's favorable to its reproduction. You know, some people may know the story that I'm getting ready to say about pigs being controlled and committing suicide and throwing themselves over a cliff into a bunch of water after the parasite was ejected out of a man. Okay, the parasite was ejected out of a man into pigs, and the pigs ran and jumped over a cliff into water and committed suicide. They're parasites. Okay, they're parasites. We are the hosts. We have a parasite problem. Continuing, that's just one example. Another example of behavioral manipulation: ants that consume the secretions of a caterpillar containing dopamine, it's a drug, okay, are less likely to move away from the caterpillar and more likely to be aggressive. This benefits the caterpillar, for without its ants' bodyguards, it's using these ants as bodyguards, it is more likely to be eaten or attacked by parasitic insects that would lay eggs inside of that. Okay? Another example is a parasitic wasp, which induces a guarding behavior in its ladybug host in collaboration with a viral mutilist. So, in that one, the wasp stings the ladybug and keeps the ladybug on top of it and uses the ladybug as protection. So if the ladybug stays on top, he like cocoons around it. The ladybug stays on top, the chance of him surviving is 65%. With no ladybug, they say it's 15% or less. So it's funny. Continue. The ability of parasites to alter the behavior of their hosts has recently generated an unusual interest in both science and non-science. One reason is that parasites alter the behavior of their host in such a way as to suggest a hijacking of their ability to make decisions, right? However, parasites manipulate their host is not an esoteric topic. Fascinating with its talking about so-called zombie movies and discussing body snatchers, okay? It is rather the understanding of these processes provide fundamental insight into the neurobiology of behavior. Although our understanding of the neural mechanisms of parasite manipulation is still lacking, there have been some major advantages over the few years. Since most animals are insects, it is not surprising that many case studies of animals that are manipulated by parasites are insects, okay? In diversity of parasites that can manipulate insect behaviors, they range from viruses to worms and also include other insects that have evolved, so-called, to become parasites, okay? They use the word evolve. Now, in order for something to evolve, a totally new ingredient has to be added to the so-called recipe. They use the word evolve in place of mutate. Mutate is the more appropriate term instead of evolve. And that's been intentional, obviously. If you have any idea about love or any of the things I've been saying, this has all been intentional. Okay. So I'm going to stop reading it there. And it goes into some examples. Okay. I'm going to read the first little part. It's suicidal behavior. Okay. These things get into these parasites, they get into the host and they cause them to commit suicide on behalf of something that benefits them. Okay. Okay, I'm going to read through this. Okay. This isn't just like a one-step thing. Like this can get very intricate and detailed. I would like to give my opinion that they're talking about secretions and this, that, and the other, and they're talking about everything from a biological standpoint. They are leaving a frequency out of it totally and completely. Anybody who knows anything about it has looked into Tesla's technology and how it uses frequency. Anyone who's looked into you had to go get an EKG done where it checked out the electricity in your body. Anybody who's done any research into the electricity that comes off of the electrical that they call dirty electricity, okay? Anyone who's done any research into the nature of reality and understands that everything here is electromagnetic. Everything here is an electromagnetic in nature, okay? So they're wanting to say, and it's just like the pharmaceutical companies that I've discussed. What they're trying to do with their medications is create synthetic love. They're trying to synthesize love. Love is not a chemical. It's not a chemical reaction in your brain. It's not anything. Love is a frequency, okay? Now, the closer things that they can do is to create. People can create frequencies with music. With music, it creates frequencies. Classical music, they play it next to water, and it restructures the water molecules in a beautiful formation. They play heavy metal next to the water, and the molecules, they make patterns that have holes in them, okay? Our bodies are 70% water. I mean, how hard is that to translate from this to this? These things are good for you. These things are not good for you. These things are of love, okay? And these things are not of love. So the pharmaceutical companies are trying to make medications that alter the way that your brain creates its own chemicals, its own chemical factory, okay? That is like, that is a materialist viewpoint. And that is leaving out the main portion of reality, okay, which is love, and which is a frequency. Because if you get that frequency in you, okay, that will come in you, and it will clean you up and lift you up and clean you out. And that's what I've been saying this whole time. But you have to let love in. If you are a souled individual, if you've ever understood love, no matter how long ago it was, if you were literally 2-year old and you just have this flash memory of like the feeling and understanding of love for whatever reason, but you haven't had it ever since, because the nature of this reality is anti-love. It goes against love. It puts tons of other things above and more important than love, okay? If we made love the most important thing, if we loved love, okay? Love is in 3 parts, okay? There's a frequency, there was a embodiment, and then there is a okay, I'm not going to do that one right now. Have you ever seen a clover? A clover has 3 parts to it, but it's one thing, okay? That is what I'm speaking about with love, okay? That is the most high. One part of it is a frequency, okay, that comes in, and it's here. That frequency got put here. The life is in the blood, okay? Life is in the blood. It's electromagnetic, okay? Anyway, you cannot synthesize love. There's 0% possibility that you can synthesize love. Okay, so these parasites, they come in, okay? These parasites, the parasites that I'm speaking of are lust and greed and envy and even guilt, shame, pride, arrogance, self-righteousness, and all of these things. These things are freaking parasites that come in, Sorry. I mean, it's just what it is. My mouth used to be, okay, I'm not really a soccer mom. These things come in to us unaware. People used to go around and tell people that this was the nature of reality and that this is what was happening. But now people don't know. Okay, people don't even know that there's the frequency is a thing. They have zero idea. This materialist mindset of 150 years has come in and made everybody think that atoms are little things that go around here, and that there's empty space. When if you go like this at your face, right? Do you feel wind? Do you feel wind? Well, wind is not nothing, right? Wind is not nothing. You can feel it on your face, okay? It's something touching your face, okay? I've done this analogy before. It's like there's a jello mold, right? There's tons of little fruit in it, right? Would you look at that and say, oh my gosh, there's 3,000 pieces of fruit and it's inside of some jello, you know? It's like, no, you would look at that and you would say, oh, there's jello. That is why we say in earth, okay? Not on earth. Okay? Not like we're walking on the surface of something. We are in earth, okay? Where you push the wind on your face and you feel something because this is something. This is hidden information, because if you start to understand that everything is connected, we are like in a jello mold. What happens when you put one bad piece of fruit in the jello mold, okay? It makes the other fruit start to go bad, okay? You have to get the bad fruit out of the jello mold or it's going to turn the whole freaking thing. But everybody is in a five senses issue where you know, it looks like we're all separate and it feels like we're separate to a degree. And it's just this fluke that, you know, you feel like someone's looking at you and you turn and you look and they are looking at you. That's just some fluke. It's like, no, this is the nature of reality. That is called electrogenesis, I think, okay? It's the ability to sense electromagnetic fields, okay? We have that as humans. That was given to us as a gift, okay? The things that we have are to keep us safe and to teach us and lead us to the nature of reality, which is love, okay? Because that's where the whole thing is going. Everything is spiraling down right now. These old systems, okay, they're going to go bye-bye. They're going to go bye-bye. And this should not be scary. This should lead you to seek knowledge, wisdom, discernment, and understanding of why, yeah, like my mind and my body will be a little scared about that, right? But I know in my heart of hearts that love is awesome. Love is the superpower. Love is going to handle it. And love says they're going to renew Earth with a new kingdom, okay, that's of everlasting peace. Like, do you want that or do you not want that? Do you want to be of that or do you not want to be of that? These parasites are in us and infecting us. They're trying to lead us away from that everlasting kingdom of peace, okay? They want us. What are parasites? Parasites cannot live without a host, right? Parasites have to feed off of something. But if you're the host animal, right, can you live without a parasite? Yes, absolutely. You can live without a parasite. You can live healthier without a parasite. You can live better without a parasite. It's the parasite who needs you. So I can read some more of these examples. I will post this in the link, and so anybody who wants to, it's a lot of it's not like a fun read necessarily, but you take it in portions and it'll be fine. Okay, because it talks about even some I will read that here in a minute. Excuse me. So, are we going to let... Okay, so, the parasites can live off you awesomely as long as you don't know they're there, okay? But as soon as you know that they're where... So, the whole goal of the parasite would be to hide, right? To hide itself, to blend in, to camouflage itself, to not let you know that it was there. I mean, would that not be the best thing? I looked this up as another example, which led me to this, okay? It was because of cancer, okay? There is a cancer, and some cancers go undetected because the cancer knows how to hide, right? So you go in and you everything's okay, right? Well, what the cancer cells do is they'll go one inside another, inside another, inside another, inside another. So what happens is your immune system notices it, but it can only penetrate 2 layers of a cell, okay? So if it goes another and another and another and another and another, okay, your immune system has reacted and cleaned the outside layer, right? But it has not gotten to the center. So that can come back out and you still have the cancer, okay? It's hiding. These parasites are hiding. They like the darkness. It's like the cockroaches. They like the dark. When you turn the light on, they run and go away, okay? Also, we're supposed to be living from inside out. And we are in inversion land where we are living from outside in, okay? Who I am has nothing to do with what type of body that I'm in, okay? And that's where people are getting very confused about gender identity and different things like that. Because the who you are is not dependent on the body that you're in. You are a child of love, okay? If you need love and you're of love and you're from love, right? I'm in a female body right now, but that's not, everybody knows there's something else, okay? Anyone who is a souled individual knows that there's something else, right? Love is that something else. That's what I'm trying to say. So these parasites, they like to hide. They hide and they don't like the light. And so when you start to understand what I'm saying, some people will hear the things that I say and they reject it. Do you know why? They will reject it because the parasite that's in them is trying to hide. Okay, it's trying to hide, so it doesn't want to hear what I have to say because I am going to shine the light on your parasite, okay? And once I shine the light on your parasite, you're going to know that it's there, right? You're going to know that it's there. So when you find out you have a parasite and you know that it's there and it's feeding off of you, okay? It's making you do things against your own will of love, okay? If you're a souled individual and you've ever known what love was in your whole life, and you are doing things that go in opposition of love, it's your mind and your body. It's also, it depends on how long, you could have a type of a parasite living off of you, pulling your strings and having you going around and do things. Okay, this is an example I'm going to give, right? Porn, okay? Porn is, we don't even have, I mean, it's not that hard to understand, okay? Sex is not love, okay? If you watch people have sex and they're having sex like animals, okay? They are not making love, okay? You are rewiring your brain to want that, okay? You're rewiring your brain to want what you see because you're having an orgasm, which is a reward, okay? This is a Pavlov's dog type thing. He'd ring the bell and the dog would come and get food, you know? Well, then he would just ring the bell and you wouldn't have to give him the food anymore, or vice versa, one of the two. You are retraining and rewiring the neural pathways in your brain with porn. That is what it's doing. If you do that enough and you have a partner, someone that you love and you are committed to, okay? The example of the parasite would be this, okay? Your partner, someone who you love, you have lost your ability to connect and make love with them, okay? You cannot two flesh become one and you doing something together. Porn teaches you to objectify the other person. The other person is an object. In love, the other person is not an object. The other person and you melt together and you literally become one flesh, okay? It's a mystery. It's hard to understand, but it is the truth. I've experienced it. I know what love is, and I know what making love is, and I know what banging the bottom out is. I know what one feels like, and I know the other one feels really freaking bad. And you just got to be high or drunk or whatever to just like get through it, to be done with it, okay? You wonder why women aren't having orgasms, okay? Women aren't having orgasms because you are at a superficial level, okay? You want to bang the bottom out and treat someone like an object, okay? Women and men, women, I'm sure women do it too, are not objects. Humans are not objects, okay? They're not. Porn trains you to think that the other person is an object. So if you are in love with someone and the person, they get a porn addiction, okay? They got a freaking parasite in there that's making them go, and they can't, and then it gets worse and worse. You have to do it more and more, okay? And then the problem is it's a slippery slope. Everything that goes against love is a slippery slope. Love is the rock, okay? Everything other than love is a slippery slope. You have to change the kind of porn you watch because it becomes normalized and you get used to it, and it's not doing it for you anymore, okay? So you get weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder, and it's all being normalized, okay? So if you are in a loving relationship with someone, but this whole time you're on this slippery slope going away, one day it's going to happen where you want to treat the person that you love like an object, okay? And that person is not going to have that. And that person's going to confront you about it and say, why do you want to do this with me? That's not loving. It's like zero to do with love. You know what I mean? Say it's your wife, okay? She's going to confront you with this. And that parasite could totally make you pack your stuff and leave overnight, okay? Someone shines the light on your parasite. You have two options, okay? You kill the parasite, you figure out how to deal with this parasite, or it owns you and it ruins your life. It will continue to ruin your life because it is sucking your energy off of you, okay? It is living off of you. So how are you going to share with someone when you don't have anything? This parasite owns you, and it's living off of you, and it will continue to ruin your life, okay? Addictions do this. Drug addictions do this. It's just your mind and your body naturally already have this problem with a more monster. It's a more monster. Enough is never enough. If you are just in your mind and your body and you are not functioning from a spirit, life force, soul energy at all, just like the porn, you get more and more and more and weirder and stranger and whatever, with the addiction, okay, I can speak on that tons. It's like you used to get drunk from 3 beers, and you got 3 beers and 2 shots, and then then it's literally a 12-pack and 6 shots, and then it's like 28 drinks on your 24th birthday, and then it's like, well, that's not doing the trick anymore, so you gotta find some Xannies, and you start with a couple footballs, and then you end up with the monkey bars, and now you need some Roxy, and it's like, enough is never enough. You cannot get high enough. How do you think people overdose? Do you think most of those people are doing that on purpose? No, a ton of people, they overdose because you're just trying to use your logical mind, okay? If I drank 8 last time, let's just use this as an example. If I drank 8 last time and I did it 35 times, right? Then logically it would make sense that I could drink 9, right? Because if I did that and it was like, okay, logically, with just your logical mind, you should be able to drink 9. Well, that's not true, okay? You shouldn't have been drinking the 8, okay? Because it's bad for you, and it can kill you, and all of these things. But you don't care because you have a freaking parasite who is living off of you, who is manipulating you, and it wants what it wants, when it wants, how it wants it, okay? And it doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about you, okay? Love loves you. Love cares about you. Nothing is going to get better, okay, permanently better, till you understand that there is love and there is anti-love, okay? Your mind and your body are anti-love. They don't like love. It's got the more monster and more, and gimme, and adrenaline junkie, and all this, like, it's selfish and greedy and all of these things, okay? That is not of love, and it's not pleasing to love, okay? How did that happen? How did that happen? How do we know love? Something's written on our heart. We know if something's right or wrong, right? But then our mind and our body wants to do all of this stuff. Like, what happened? There is only one explanation for the nature of reality, of that I know, of what has happened, okay? Love is perfect, okay? Love is love. Love can come in and clean you out, okay? You have to accept it and let it and understand the things I'm saying are true, okay? This is not like oh, she's a Karen or whatever dumb, generic, petty thing someone has to say. Okay, no. I tried to use the allopathic medicine. I went to seek for help for different things, this, that, and the other, for a long time. I tried to self-medicate since I was 12 years old. I have been through, okay, I went to college on my GI Bill for psychology to try and figure out what is going on and what the problems are. You know, what I figured out in college is they are categorizing your symptoms and then giving you pills for it. That is the only thing that they're doing. The pills that aren't guaranteed to do anything. The pills that are synthetic, trying to synthesize love. The pills that are causing all kinds of interactions and makes you not be able to sleep and makes you sleep too much and makes all of these things. There's no guarantee for it. Love is the only solution. Love is the only thing that can help, okay? So there's love and there's anti-love. If you want to get better and you want help and you are ready and willing to acknowledge that you need help, and you want to choose love, okay? We're not supposed to judge people because plenty of people have to literally hit rock bottom before they understand anything of what I'm saying. I'm not judging anybody. People murder, people kill, people, they said, this world may never forgive you, okay, but love will. Love will always forgive you. Everybody can be forgiven of anything that they have ever done. And it is a lie, and it's a lie to think that that's not true, because love is forgiveness itself, okay? You need to hold on and look into the promises of love, okay? That every tear will be wiped away. There'll be no more tears. There'll be no more pain. There'll be no more death. There'll be no more any of that, okay? All of that stuff is going to be gone. It's going to be gone. Hey, do you want to be part of that, or do you want to stay part of this system that literally is filled with parasites that are trying to infect you and that are trying to live off of your energy of love, okay? So I will try to leave a link to this article because it's very, some of these parasites are very tricky, okay? They start in an ant. They make the ant go up the blade of grass, right? Well, it's not the ant they really want. They know something's going to come along and eat the ant, okay? The ant goes through the big animal's digestive tract, gets in the big, it's like, it is the nature of reality, okay? And here's the other thing. I'm just going to leave it very quick. Why are these people doing this research, okay? Why are people doing this research? How do they know all of these things? Why do they know all of these things? When 30 million people are starving every day, okay? 30 million people or 3 billion, some people are still cooking their dinners over sticks, okay? We are spoiled, and here in America, okay? I can turn a thing, my stove is right there. I can go to the grocery store, get anything I want. Okay, this is normalized for us. This is not normal for the rest of the world. And do you know why that's not normal for the rest of the world? Why they can tell you with certainty about these viruses and these parasites and these bugs and the different things that they do, that they probably spent $1 billion in researching, okay? Wow, the whole time, general population is starving to death and dying from the parasites they're speaking of, okay? Because love is not running this system. Love is not running this system, okay? Anyone who says, oh, love's in control of everything, like, that is so generic, and that is a lie. It's not true. Like, yeah, love is the superpower, absolutely. But we know we are of love, and the whole world is being under control of anti-love. The whole world is under control of anti-love, okay? There's going to be a change. This is inversion land. And it says, trouble come to those who's called good bad and bad good. Okay, trouble, nothing but trouble will come to those people. If you are calling something good bad and bad good and you don't know it, that's one thing. You can be forgiven and you will have grace. That's what grace is for, to cover that. Or and mercy, I guess, until you figure it out, okay? But if it has been shown to you right up in your face that what you are believing, what you are doing, and what you are supporting is wrong, it's anti-love, okay? It's hurtful, it's against life, it promotes hate, it rejects kindness, okay? If you know that and that has been shown to you and you're still rejecting love, then you are going to be under judgment, okay? So stop. If you have the choice, okay, if you have the choice, why would you not stop right now? Stop right now and choose love, okay? Choose love, sync up with love, be of love, okay? Get cleaned up and lifted up. You're not down here in the gutter. You're not down here in the dirt. You're not down here, you know? This is for every single person. Everybody in a body can do this. It's everybody has the choice to choose love or to continue with the anti-love, okay? And because the food chain was not an intended result of creation. Do you understand that? The food chain was not that is not perfect. That is not of love, okay? The food chain is not of love and is not perfect. And let me tell you, okay, being a vegetarian and then like walking around and gloating and thinking that you're better than somebody who eats meat is literally the opposite of love, okay? What's loving is to have compassion and have kindness for other people, okay? Any way you slice it in this reality, in this earth, something has to die for you to survive. You have to cut the fruit. You have to cut the tree. You have to eat the veggies. You have to kill the cow. You have to kill the chicken. I am not promoting big farming, okay? That's it. That is a result of the natural mind and body being greedy and having zero restraint put on it, okay? The world's being run by corporations, okay? That's why this big farming is happening, okay? And yeah, here's the deal, okay? The meat is contaminated. They scare the animals. It floods them with the scared hormones before they kill them. They pump them full of hormones and different things, so they if they get sicknesses, they can have it. Okay, the meat industry is disgusting, okay? Meanwhile, in the farming industry, they pour pesticides over everything mandatorily, everything. You think organic doesn't have pesticides, okay? Everything is contaminated. Everything is contaminated. Do you understand that? Like, can you see that? Your food, your air, and your water are all contaminated. One's not better than the other, okay? Something's not better, and you sure are not being counted righteous because you're not eating meat or you are eating meat, okay? You are being counted worthy if you choose love. Anybody who wants to choose love, okay? All these things that cause division, your mind and your body and all these systems and all this other anti-love, it causes division, okay? It causes a false division, okay? The real division that is happening is not Democrat, Republican, this, that, or the other, okay? It's people who love love. Do you love love? Or do you not love love and you want to go against love? You want to be filled with pride and you want to say that whatever you say is correct and it's right and it's okay to kill whoever you want and kill these things and do these and pump these drugs into the system and water, and it's okay to take people's free wills, and it's okay to try to literally take the free will of every citizen that's in the country, because that's what is happening with these laws. Laws work on law-abiding citizens. The more laws you write is not going to stop the non-law-abiding people from following the laws. Okay, so the more laws you write are just hurting the already law-abiding people. And that's how it's always been. So the people who love love are on the bottom and ostracized and hated and made for a fool and pushed aside And so that's called persecution. Okay, the people who love have always been persecuted. Nothing is new. Nothing's new under the sun. Okay? And with that, I'm going to call that one good at 35 minutes. And much love and much love anyway. So uplift all these things. They look bad, but here's the thing: get on the promises train. Go look for the promises train. Okay, there are promises of love. Love is only good. Love is only good. All the stuff that isn't of love and going, that's going bye-bye. Okay, all going bye-bye. That is a promise. You can take that to the bank. Okay, all the other stuff is out of here. And so that's why another reason we should choose love. But don't get, when you start to understand the nature of reality and all of these things, they look so bad and bleak and grim and all of that stuff, seek the promises of love. Okay, don't go off the deep end. There's a brand new song and he says, don't crack up and don't lose touch. I'm probably going to post a couple of their songs because they're pretty inspiring and uplifting. Like, hey, don't crack up and don't lose touch. It's not going to do you any good, okay? We were given the power of a strong mind, a sound mind, the power of love. We were made tough and sound and strong. And if you aren't that, it's because you have been separated from love. You are away from love. You need to see what I'm saying. Choose love, love, get back on the vine so you can start growing and growing and growing again. Because if you are off the vine, because you're scared and you have all these different things going, you have to get on the vine. Get back on the vine of love. Okay, love is the power. It is the superpower. It is your power source. It will keep you strong. It will make you strong. It will give you a sound mind. You're not going crazy. People have a veil over what they're capable of seeing. Okay, some people don't. Some people do. Some people don't. And you can approach topics rationally. Okay, and you don't go balls to the wall about trying to tell someone about this, that, and the other if they have zero idea, because they've been listening to mainstream media. Okay, and they are totally in a trance and they are in a different type of a world than we are in. Okay, we are functioning from love. We are love-based living individuals. Like I said, I don't remember what video, but our currency is love. Okay, we are in a different reward system than the rest of this reality. Okay, we store our treasures not here. Our treasures and our rewards and everything are not here because this is temporary. And if you love love, then you know that this is temporary. Okay, so why would you store your good stuff where it's temporary, which means it's not going to be here forever, right? Why don't you put your treasures and your keepsakes and all your rewards and your gifts and everything somewhere that's going to keep them for you? Okay, and that's with love and of love. Okay, and then I told my daughter, I asked her last night, we're going to say prayers. She wanted to pray with the lights on. And I said, okay, that's fine. I usually, but why I pray with the lights off is because, so I thought about it and I just said, I was like, can you see God? And she's like, what? And I was like, can you see God with your eyes? Can you see God? And she said, no. And I was like, well, he's here. God's here. God's always with us. He said he would never leave us. God's here, but can you see him with your eyes? She said no. I was like, because he's somewhere else. Okay, God is here and he's with us, but he's not with our eyes. That's what I said. He's not, we can't see him. Can't see him, smell him. You can feel him, though. You can feel that, okay? If God makes a promise, right? You think God, which is love, is going to break a promise of you? No, God is always with you, will never leave you, will never abandon you, ever, ever. We don't walk this path alone, ever, okay? We made a choice. We had the consequences of our actions, okay? A good parent never leaves their child, okay? What do you think love is? Okay? You can keep listening to all the lying frequencies and the parasites when they tell you things about love and try and manipulate you and separate you further from love. You can listen to all of those things, or you can choose to listen to the truth of the matter, which is love. Love is loving. Love is of love. How could love? In love and in him, there is no darkness. There's no darkness. So all these things that want to creep in and tell you, like, oh, you're not good enough, or you did this one thing, or you keep having this one problem, or whatever. It's like, that is not love condemning you. That's the word I was trying to think of earlier. Love will not condemn you. The condemnation comes from the enemy, okay? Love will not ever condemn you. And no matter what you've done, it will convict you, say what you're doing is not right. It's not of love, okay? What you're doing is not loving. And if you want love, you have to do loving things, and you have to be of love. And you have to choose love. You have to use your free will. That's your part, what you can do. You use your free will to choose love. And then love can come in and help you, and you can see, and the veil starts to come down at a rate that you can understand. It may be scary, but it's like children have to grow up, don't they? We have to mature. We can't stay on milk forever. You need to graduate from milk to meat, they say, or milk to whatever, okay? You don't stay drinking milk forever, okay? Get into the promises. Get into the depths. Get into the meat, okay? And that is where you will find more and more freedom, more and more love, and more power. And so with that, much love and many thanks, and I love you. Thank you.